Dennis, the connection between fit for growth and workforce of the future, that's really been evolving in an exciting way. Maybe to share with our workforce of the future practitioners, like where and how and what's most important when teaming with Fit for Growth to really bring this to life, as in convert to commercial success?
Yes. I think just about every Fit for Growth project we do has a workforce of the future element to it, or should have a workforce of the future element to it. Fit for Growth projects, of course, there's a cost focus. We often work with companies, our clients, to take cost out, but also invest in the right capabilities, help them build the capabilities, strengthen the capabilities they need to compete effectively in the future. So when we're taking cost out, automation, outsourcing, consolidation of work, consolidation of real estate, changing footprint, these are all elements that touch their people directly. We're either going to affect their people, taking some people out of the organization or moving them around the organization or globally where they're located, or teaching them new ways of working, automating or redesigning the processes, or expecting their managers to manage a different way. So these all have significant workforce implications.
Dennis, can you share an example with us?
Of course. I actually have an example where the lines are getting even blurrier. It's a Fit for Growth and a workforce of the future opportunity at the same time. That's how the client is looking at it. The client reached out to us because they believe they need a much more productive and at the same time much more effective workforce. They're thinking about what are the future skills they need, what are the roles they need, where should their workforce be located, how much of that workforce should be owned by the company as employees, how much of it should be outsourced. Actually, how much of the work should be performed? Do they automate the work? Do they think about aggressively eliminating some of the work? So they're thinking about this problem holistically. And they called us, the GEP recognized the problem and reached out to us. And we've responded. But frankly, as we speak to the client more and more, as we work with them, this is a piece of work we just started. The two platforms are tightly linked here. So I approached it initially from a Fit for Growth perspective, but as we spoke to the client, it became very clear they're picking it up much more holistically, at least than we were internally. So this is a great example of how our clients' thinking is evolving, in some cases even faster than ours, and how we need to think about these platforms in a much more tight-knit fashion.
And holistically.
Absolutely.
Hit it together. Great. Thank you.
But I think it's also a matter of, how do you team to do this
for business impact,
exactly.
right? So I think what you're also saying is, as workforce of the future, as we're going to our clients and talking about the human side of things, ultimately it's to achieve the business strategy, to do more with less. And when we do that, we pull our strategy and operations clients, and then we speak to how this gets to business impact so much more effective, and we're finding we're winning more.
That's right.
That's fair?
That's right. And
Thank you.
I mean, can you imagine, you said there's so much to be done for our clients, right?
Yeah.
And that our clients have to do. Can you imagine going through a workforce transformation only to find out that you transformed to something that is really not impactful in your industry or your sector?
Not achieving the goal.
Right? That's
yeah.
where I think working together
has been
such
so
a great
powerful.
opportunity. Yeah.
And that's our future.
When it comes to investing in the right capabilities to drive future growth, that's when we are looking at upskilling the organization, digital or otherwise, teaching them new skills, teaching them new ways of working. And eventually that's where our clients need to go when they do Fit for Growth initiatives. It's not only about taking cost out, which is a big part of it, but eventually it is about making the organization much more effective so they can compete effectively and grow better. And that's where we need to pay much more attention to upskilling and generally upskilling, digital upskilling, so that the organization is ready.
When you talk about creating the investment capacity, sometimes that does result in needing to do headcount reductions. So we're working, we have a dynamic tool that kind of provides the needs for the finance organization and HR organization on how to do at scale and at speed in a compliant way, global headcount reductions. It's not fun, but if we can make it less painful for our clients, it's really helpful. I think it's an interesting story that kind of takes us along the continuum.
Absolutely, but I think the moral of the story is there's so much to do.
There's so much to do.
There's so much to do. We better get to know our colleagues faster.
And faster.